Y'all shout out the thumbs to the brothers, to the sisters. Shalom, y'all Shemal done by Shem Shai. ISUPK Oakland, Lashawan Kodash class. Today we're going to be going over Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1 through 3. So just be prepared to have your pencils and papers ready in case you want to write some more words down. I just want to start with the Hebrew alphabet just so that you at least know who we're working it. This is just a part of it. We'll do the second part after you get this written down. Be sure to check out ISUPK.com. Subscribe. You understand? Keep in tune with what the UPK is doing. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, any form of social media. TikTok, we're taking over TikTok. Anything else that come up, Snapchat, we're on all that. So make sure you get down and subscribe to anything that's related to the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, specifically ISUPK Oakland, and keep up to date with things we got going on. Make sure you pay your tithes. 10% of any increase you get goes to the Men of the Lord and the ISUPK. So go to ISUPK.com. As soon as you click on it, it'll give you an option to pay your tithes and make a donation. Go ahead and do your job, Israel. So since we're going to be doing strictly these verses, I just wanted you to be able to get the alphabet written down. This is about the first half of it. When we start doing words, you're going to see connectors. It's probably a little bit small for you to see, but right here I got a frown and a smile face. So when two Hebrew letters connect in the ancient, they have what is called a connector. When two ancient Hebrew letters don't connect, they have what looks like a frown, just to show that that letter stands alone by itself. Please be sure to share this as well. Anybody that hops on, shalom to you. My chat not showing me anything, so if you respond to me and I don't say anything, it's just because I don't see it. All right, so get straight into it, real simple with the alphabet. You know what I'm saying? Can't go wrong with that. So it's straight across. So I is how it looks in English. It's how it looks in Assyrian. It's how it looks in ancient Hebrew. Ba, English, Syrian, ancient. Ga in the Assyrian, in the ancient. Da, English, Assyrian, ancient. Ha, Salaki, Da, Syrian, ancient. Salaki. This myself up. Ha, how it looks in the Assyrian, ancient. Wa, in the Assyrian, in the ancient. Za, in the Assyrian, in the ancient. Cha, in the Assyrian, in the ancient. Ta, in the Assyrian, in the ancient. Ya, in the Assyrian, in the ancient. Ya, when you read Ya in the Salakia, Ka, my bad, Ka. When you get to Ka, when it's in the Assyrian, it looks like this anywhere but at the very end. In the Assyrian, when it's at the end, Ka looks like how it looks, but you just damn near just drop the bottom part down. And now you got your Ka in the Assyrian. In the ancient, that's how Ka looks. La in the Assyrian and the ancient. All right, so you probably got this before. This ain't nothing new. But if it is new to you, I'm just giving you a half second just to write it down. So like it if you can't see it as well as I would like you to. Probably need to play some waterfalls in the background, you know what I'm saying? So it ain't too stale. My bad. Just make sure you get that written down if you already got it. You know, it's just the alphabet. It ain't nothing you ain't never seen before. One momentito. That's a good little car. Oh yeah, it's football season. Yeah. It's too loud. All right, so that's the first half of the Hebrew alphabet. All right, so from here, we do the second half from left. So ma, na, sa, I, pa, za, qua, ra, sha, and th. All right, so that's what you're dealing with in the English. Now the Assyrian, ma is another one of those Assyrian words that looks different depending on where it's at. So anywhere but the end, ma in the Assyrian looks like this. When it's at the end, it looks a little bit different. And then in the ancient, na, same thing, anywhere but the end. And it's at the end. And the ancient. Sa, I, pa is another one that looks different based on where it's at. It's anywhere but the end, it looks like an upside down G. It's at the end, it looks like a shepherd's bow. Let me move this down a little bit. So za, it's another one of them Assyrian words that has two looks. So za in the ancient, qua, ra, sha, and th. I'll move the camera a little bit. Wow. So that's what you're getting with the Hebrew language. I'll go over it. So this slash line, hope it's coming through for you, is showing you that there's a difference. Slash, slash, slash. All right. So ma in English, in Assyrian, if the ma is anywhere but the end, beginning, the middle, the letter for the last, it'll look like this. But when it's at the very end, it's gonna look a little bit more like a dumpster. All right, like one of them type of ones. But when you look at the print, it's damn near not even that. On the print, this little inward part is kind of up right near the top of that. So it's a ma, but this is how it's going to look when you see it written. All right. And then ma in the ancient. So as you can see, the ancient Hebrew is just easier, it's better. There's no differentiation based on location. So na looks like a ba, but the top part is short and the bottom part extends past the top part. All right. And when it's at the very end of a word, it's like they just dropped the bottom part. Short top, long bottom. All right. And then na at the end. Sa looks like a kind of like a loop-de-loop. All right. Goes in, whoosh. All right. Sa in ancient, because it's like it's something you use to hold a sign. All right. I looks like a Y sitting on his ass. And I in ancient looks just like a circle. All right, pi is another one that looks different based on where it's at. Anywhere but the last letter in a word, it'll look like an upside down G. Upside down and backwards. You know what I'm saying? But when it's the last letter in a word, it looks like a shepherd's bow. All right, pi in the ancient looks like somebody opening their mouth on the side. Like somebody trying to laugh, you know what I'm saying? But it's mouth. All right, tazah. Tazah looks like them fake Jewish people's nose. Just a big old honker, you know what I'm saying? Just wonk with the side of the face right there, you know what I'm saying? Just giving you a frame of reference. All right, but when it's the last letter in a word, it looks like a ugly Y. All right, Tazah right here kind of look like a flag blowing in the wind, you know what I'm saying? Qua looks like a P, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody doing an artistic P. All right. Ancient looks like an arrow going up. All right, like the roof looks like a roof of a house or like a kite. All right. Ra in the Assyrian, bow bow. In the ancient, bow. Sha kind of looks like an E on its side or some buck teeth, depending on how you look at it. And the ancient, it looks like a W. All right, Tha in the Assyrian, and ancient looks like a sword, like they jabbed it in a rock. All right, so that's the alphabet. Let's take a moment. If you've never seen this, welcome to class. I ain't never gonna get it straight, but trying to even it out based on how it's going to look. So this column is going to be the English plus meaning. I don't like where they look. Whatever. All right. So English plus meaning. Syrian. All right. So what you're going to understand when you're dealing with the ancient Hebrew as a beginner, a lot of what you're going to see is phrase. Not everything's going to just be what that specific word is. All right. So when you're writing this down, just understand that what you're seeing is what is going to be common in the Bible when you read it in Hebrew, specifically when you read it in the Assyrian. All right. So while there are specific words for specific words, with some of these words are just going to be the phrase meaning of what it is, which is also why the word is going to look much longer than it has to look, because the way it's translated, you're getting the, how would I say it? You're getting the ancient, or you're getting the Hebrew, but what English tries to wrap up is bigger than what the Hebrew is actually saying. All right. So, as usual, let's read it, what it's saying in English. All right. Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1 through 3. For the Lord, or for Yahweh, will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. So this is a kingdom scripture, for lack of a better word. This is when Black people, Latin people, and Native people are ruling planet Earth. All right. So the Lord said He's gonna have mercy on Jacob. Who is Jacob? Blacks, Latins, and Native American Indians. So in spite of everything that we've done against him and all that we've suffered and how low we've gone, even to believe that we're Muslims and believe that we're Christians and believe that blonde hair is beautiful and believe that we should intermarry outside of our nation and believe that we should celebrate Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. As low as we've gone, because of Christ, the Lord said He's gonna have mercy on Israel, Jacob, and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land, which is to let you know that wherever we're at right now is not where we're from. You know what I'm saying? As long as you understand that, then you understand why you can't pledge your allegiance to a country because it's not yours. All right, the Lord said He will set them, talking about us, in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them. And the stranger. So not only Israel, but the stranger is going to be joined with us. And they shall cleave to the house of Israel. So the way that they're going to be joined to us is that they're going to be holding on to us for dear life. All right? It's not because of what they want. It's not because this is how they would like it. This is all they can get, and they're happy to get that. All right, verse 2. And the people shall take them. Who are the people? The people are the Israelites, blacks, Latins, and natives. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. Meaning we're going to put our enemies in their place, or the strangers. We're going to put them in their place. Meaning we're going to tell them where they're supposed to be. They won't be telling us where we're supposed to be. You know how white people say, if you don't like it, go back to your own country? It ain't going to be none of that when we rule Earth. It's just going to be, yeah, this is where you stay. And if I see you anywhere else and you're not bringing me your substance to Jerusalem, yeah, that's off with your head. All right? And bring them in their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. So we're going to be in the Lord's land. Everybody know the Lord's land is Israel. So the Israelites are going to dwell in their own land. And what land is that? God's land. All right? And we're going to possess the people in that land. All right? For servants and handmaids. Meaning it's going to be a China and it's going to be a plantation run by a black, Latin, or Native American Indian and Chinese people. You know what I'm saying? Africans going to have Africa, but it's going to be a plantation run by a black, Latin, or Native Indian man that got African servants and handmaids or slaves on it. All right? We're going to possess them. Anything you possess, you own. All right? As servants, for servants and handmaids. Meaning we ain't going to just own them for naught. They have a purpose for their owner, for being owned, and that's to serve us. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. So this is what Christ wants to happen. This is what Christ was saying when he said, not one jot, nor one tittle shall pass from the law or the prophets. You understand? Meaning that Christ wants this to happen. He came to ensure that this would happen, because without him, there would be no way to make this happen. All right? All right. And we're going to rule over our oppressors and take them captives, whose captives we were. So who have blacks, Latins, and Native Americans been captives to? Everybody on planet Earth. So we're going to take over and rule everybody on planet Earth. All right? And we're going to rule over our oppressors, which is everybody on planet Earth. Verse 3. And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve. So that's to let you know that it ain't over, man. We still in bondage. We still serving somebody, you know what I'm saying, that don't have any right to be oppressing us. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't have any right to hold us captive. But if you just voted the other day, then you know that you're a captive, because your hope is in Joe Biden. Your hope is that when they do this recount, if they do a recount, you hope that Donald Trump don't come out the winner, man. Let me tell you something. I voted for Christ, man, when I came to ISUPK, and that's all it is. That's the only vote that I'm ever going to make, and that's the only vote that's ever going to matter. But I will say this. If Trump can get this recount, man, and come out the winner, man, Barakatha Hawaii House shot. Either way, the white man, our oppressors, are the devil that the Bible speaks of. All right. So from here, let's start to get into it. Now, let's go back to verse 1. I'm going to read it, and then we'll start breaking it down. All right. So Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. So everything that you're about to write for this first verse is everything that you would see if you read it in Hebrew. All right? So let's go. All right, in English, first word. All right. Kaya. is because. All right, in the Assyrian, it'll look like, and in the ancient, all right, so once again, in the ancient Hebrew, when you see it looks like a frown, it means the letters of the pictographs are not connected. So that means this is the independent sound, this is the independent sound, ka and a ya, ka ya. All right. Rakam. That means will have mercy. Rakam, Rakam, and Rakam. So when they're connected, swoop up. Ra stands independently. Come, connected. If they weren't connected, it would be Raka, Rakama. All right, but because they're connected, it's Rakam. All right. Yahweh. That means Lord. In the Assyrian, and in the ancient. Next, Atha. Means you. That's how it appears in the Assyrian, just so you know. The ancient. Yaiquab. Jacob. Yeah. I. What? Wabakar. No space. Wabakar. And select also means choose. So Wabakar. Wabakar. Iwad still, as in like it ain't nothing stop. It's still happening. Iwad still. Cool. Give you half a minute. Write that down. You already got it, Most High Christ. Oh, okay, Most High Christ. Time to time, I'm teaching the Hebrew alphabet and the Hebrew language, teaching what it looks like in English, as well as what it means in English, showing how it looks in the Assyrian language, and how it looks in the ancient or the Paleo language. So if you're still around and got that, there you go. No, this ain't Christianity. It's the Israelite school of universal practical knowledge. So Israelites aren't Christians. Christians go to church, they don't go to school. They don't have any type of knowledge that's practical. There you go. You happen to catch this class on Periscope. It seems like Periscope is the one that the comments be coming through. So if you do have Periscope, and you have a question or a comment to make, feel free to log in through that. Should come up as ISUPK open or One West open. All right. So still in verse 1, Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1. Ba Yasha'ala. So Ba Yasha'ala, which is in Israel. So he's still gonna choose Israel, Most High. So Assyrian, Ba Yasha'ala. Ba Yasha'ala. Ba Yasha'ala. All right. When it comes to the ancient, just be sure not to forget the connectors. They are important to making it a language and not just a bunch of sounds. Wa hana yakam. Wa hana yakam. Wa hana yakam. What that means is it's not even heavy, all right? And set. Assumed. All right. That says assumed. Hope you can see it says assumed, but it says assumed. All right. The root word in this is yanak. Yanak means to allow, to stay, or bestow. All right. So wahana yakam. So looks big in English, not so big when you start writing it in the ancient and the Assyrian. So in the Assyrian, wa ha na ya kam. Wahana yakam. Wa ha na ya kam. Wa ha na ya kam. So choose Israel and set al has a lot of meanings, but over. Al should say I and Allah. Al out of my thumb. Adama thumb. Da ma thumb, which means their land. The root is Adama, which means country. All right, so Adama thumb. Da ma thumb. All right. Next is wa nalawa. Wa na la wa, which is an accompany. the root word there being lawa. Yeah, lawa, which means to unite, or remain. All right, so wa nalawa. Wa na la wa ha. So wa na la wa ha. Wa na la wa. All right. So you're gonna choose Israel and set us over our land and unite us, or we're gonna be a company. Give you a second to write it down, just in case you've never seen this before, which is quite possible. Shout out to my ribs. I'm able to produce a better class by their support. Never want to forget that. Anybody else want to support, you know what I'm saying? Chill out. All right, still on the first verse, where the Lord said He was going to unite us with whom? We will see. Hagar, which means the alien or stranger. And why that's important is because all your life you've been reading the Bible, you've been reading in Genesis, I believe it's the 16th chapter, and the 19th verse, where it talks about Hagar's seed, Ishmael. Listen, Hagar means stranger. It means alien. So how in the hell could a Ishmaelite or Arab ever get the promises from the Lord when their name means, when their mother was a stranger? You understand? So who cares about Yashma'Allah? Don't even matter. Your mother was a stranger. So just understand that anytime you see Hagar, man, get out of that Islam, man. Get out of that false religion. It ain't related to you. Israel is the one the Lord chose. He calls us the prince of the power. You know what I'm saying? But and Sarah or Shara, our mother, her name was princess, whereas the Arab man's mother, her name was alien. So you know what I'm saying? Don't let that slip, man. Anybody you know trying to get into Islam, man, it's a strange religion, man. And all your life you've been seeing it, and you didn't know that you was reading stranger right there. All right, Hagar. You know what I'm saying? Ha is the, Gar is stranger or the alien. You know what I'm saying? She was foreign, man. She wasn't of our people. So her children, the seed that came, even though the seed came from Abraham, your mother is a stranger, man. Don't ever get that twisted, man. Hagar was a slave, man. She was not one of Abraham's like chosen women. She was a servant that got put in position to give him a baby. All right. Al Yaham. Which means on them or over them. So Al Yaham. Wanna SABBATH. Wanna SABBATH. Wanna SABBATH. Right? It means and they shall plead. This is one of those words that's a phrase. All right? It's not every integral part, it's a phrase. And they shall plead. On the SABBATH, the root word in there is sapak. Sapak. And it means gather together, cleat. All right. Wanna SABBATH. Wa na SABBATH. Wa na SABBATH. Shout out to everybody that come through for a moment. Appreciate the view. Adds up an algorithm. We should have enough room for the next 3 words. Al, which is over, also means on. Al, oh. Bayath, means house, or family. Might not, but we'll just erase this and put the rest. Ba, ya, Bayath. Let's just erase this. Continue. Once again, the good thing about the technology, even if you don't catch this right here, once it drops, you can just play it again, man. Pause as needed. Almost at the end of one. Really just, man. It's just right. It's only one more word. Should be enough space. Yaquat, which is Jacob. Yeah, good. That's the end of the first verse. Second verse is not as long, but there are a couple words that need a more of an extended breakdown as far as even what they mean in English. But the third verse is not too bad. Two-letter lookup, very good website. Hands down for 6 Shield General Football of Mouth, Water Sun. All right, so now we're in verse 2. Oh my God. All right. So verse 2. Let's read it again in English. And the people shall take them and bring them in their place and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. All right. So let's jump right into it. Wala Kwakawan. Wala Kwakawan. Wa La Kwakawan. And take. All right. Root word in this is laquak. Laquak, which means accept, bring, place. Wala Kwakawan. Wala Kwakawan. Wala Kwakawan. I'm a yum. I'm a yum. Next word. Which is the people. Root is Ima, which means tribe or a tribe. All right. So, Amayam is the people. The root is Ima, which is a tribe, as those of Israel, which is to say that when we say we taking over a people, it's everybody in that nation. So it says as those of Israel. So Israel is 12 tribes, 12 families, and we're gonna take all the people. You know what I'm saying? Every one that represents their house, that house, we're gonna take them. All right. It's not gonna be the good ones, or it's not gonna be just the bad ones. The good ones is free. Taking them all. Same way we went into slavery. If they built the cargo slave ship, they got us out of the land. Anybody that didn't get caught up in the transatlantic slave trade, they still got treated like they were slaves in the land that they was at. Why? Because there was only a few of them left. You understand? But the whole nation got taken. It's like I think the best way to think about it is like when you pour water into your hand. All the water is there, and you move with it, and some drips fall. Fall where they fall. But everybody got taken. All right. So I'm a yum. I'm a yum. I'm a Yeah. All right, the people. Waha baya awam. Waha baya awam. Waha baya awam. Yeah, I got it. Cool. Which is and bring. Root. So this word is bawa'a, which means attain, besiege, carry. Hope you can see it. Hope my chicken scratch is coming through for you. Waha baya awam. Wa ha baya wam. Wa ha baya wam. Wa ha baya. Al to that's good. Makwa wamam. Makwa wamam. Makwa wamam. Which means their place. Root in this is qua. Is it qua wamam? Excuse me. Yeah. Qua wamam. Okay, Makwa wamam. Makwa wamam. So the root to that, it means place, room, space, a spot. I don't want to lose you with that. I put a place, a spot, so a specific location. All right. I'm gonna bring them to their place. So makwawama. Wa ma. Ma kwa wa mind. All right. Just joining the water. Please like and share the video. What makes this, what makes this to me, one second. What makes this an important, what makes this an important portion of the Bible, in my opinion, is just how Christian it is. And this is the Bible. It's just as unchristian as it gets. It's like, no, you're going to possess them, man. And that's important for black people to understand. Like the Lord wants us to rule this earth in our land. The Lord don't like us being scattered like sheep. That's why when Christ gave a parable about the man who had the 99 and he went and found that one and rejoiced when he found him, like that's how the Lord feel about even the very last one of us, man. He'd rather get even the very last one of us. He don't need 139,999. You know what I'm saying? He need 144,000. So that means until that very last brother get in the truth and understand his purpose or get chosen, however the Lord chooses to have mercy, it ain't good enough. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you got to understand about this. It's about every last one of us. That's why, like Commander Junior Hunter, like Paul, our heart's desire is that all Israel might be saved. You know what I'm saying? 144,000, that's just the government. All right? That don't mean that's how all the people that gonna get it, man. It's a lot of, if it was about sisters, we probably had a number, man. It's a lot of sisters in the UPK, man. It's about this business. You know what I'm saying? Our ribs included. So if we, you know what I'm saying, if it was about women, we probably had it. But it's about brothers getting it. You know what I'm saying? So we need brothers, we need soldiers to come in here and serve the Lord. Simple as that. All right. So Salaya, that wasn't enough time for you. Once again, just run it back. All right. Just don't want to run out of time. All right. Next phrase, or phrase, the best way to put it. Wa afana kalawan. Wa Wa afa nakalawan. All right. Wahafa nakalawan. What that phrase means is shall possess. All right. The root is nakal. What nakal means is to occupy, distribute, divide, lie. Into the next word. I'm gonna break it down. Take. Has and inheritance. All right. No, it's a lot of writing. It's a lot. So wahatha nakalawam. Wahatha nakalawam. So that means shall possess. The root is nakal, which means to occupy, distribute, divide, take as inheritance. So when it comes to the people, we're going to take them as an inheritance, like something you earn. You know what I'm saying? Like we're going to own the same way they was treating us like Christmas presents on them plantations. We're going to own every nation on earth the way you own baseball cards. You know what I'm saying? We had a picture of them. You want this one? Or I trade you these two for those three. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how we're gonna own them. They're gonna be an inheritance. All right. So wa ha fa na ka la wam. Wahafa na kala wam. Wa hafa na ka la wam. It's a long ass phrase that shall possess. Pray you can understand that a praise coming in, you know what I'm saying, clear for you. Wahatha nakalawam. Bayaf. It's a word that means many things. House, family. Also even means prison. All right. It's all about context. So we're gonna imprison these nations. Like they're gonna be on lockdown. Like this is the faith and the patience of the saints. That's why we don't have to kill nobody. Why I don't want to kill my future slave. You know what I'm saying? It's good. You know what I'm saying? You're just racking up points for how horrible your captivity is gonna be. But I don't get nothing from killing you. I'm gonna work your back on my plantation, man. You know, and if black people, like what black people and Latins and Native Americans should do, the reason they should come into the UPK so that they don't waste their energy walking down the street. All right? When a white person kill a black, Hispanic, or Native American, we should just be like, I ain't marching for that, man. Because I'm going to own you. Like, we should, like, imagine saying that to white folks, white police officers after they kill, instead of trying to sit down at a table of brotherhood with them and try to change them into loving black people. Picture if you were just like, all right, you know what? I'm going to make a note so that when you're on my plantation, I'll beat your back, man. I'm going to whip Trayvon Martin's name in your back. I'm going to whip Philando Castile's name into your back. I'm going to make you pick Tamir Rice Cotton. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's more powerful than telling them our lives matter. You telling a deaf adder that your life matters. Because if your life mattered and you telling them that your life matter, then they will stop, but they won't stop. Like another black person, they just Kawam, damn, I can't remember his last name. But the young boy that they just found got lynched, looking like Emmett Till back in, what was that, the 40s? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think his name is Kawam Washington. I might be off. Or Kawam Miller. But the young boy was 15. You know what I'm saying? Look, got mutilated, man. So I don't need to march to tell you his life matters. I know his life matters. You know what I'm saying? But I'll be patient for that 144,000 to come in my lifetime and make sure that the people that murder blacks, Latins, and Native Americans and get away with it, that they go on my plantation specifically. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how we should talk to them. We shouldn't even talk all that. I mean, yeah, tear the city down, but we should just be different. Be like, listen, man, y'all going into slavery. Don't you get it? And for every murder that y'all commit, y'all just add it up for y'all slavery. Like, we should just change our tune because what we doing now ain't changing anything. All right? All right, Yasha Allah. Israel means prince with the power, or having power with, or having power. All right. Yasha Allah. Ya. Sha. La. Ya. Sha. Allah. How over out of mouth, then phrases them in their land. Adama is the root. It means country. Also means earth. Adama. The ma the ma. Give you a second to write that down. Once again, whoever's on the live, appreciate your attendance. Do it up every week, Lord willing. 7 to 9 p.m. Almost done with this one. All right. Okay, no. All right. I'll never get these damn lines straight. All right. So we're going to take them, bring them into their place, besiege them, bring them into their place, and the house of Israel going to rule over them in their land. Meaning, not only are we going to rule over them, I think I already said it earlier, but in Jerusalem, we're going to rule over them in where they live at. You know what I'm saying? Like, there ain't going to be no pork eating in Africa. Ain't going to be no bat eating in China. None of that. Our rules are going to dominate planet Earth. And you know what's crazy about it? It ain't even new rules, man. It's the rules that's been here since Moses. They're going to dominate, man. For years, rules that are 4,000 years old going to last for the rest of, you know what I'm saying, life in general once we rule the Earth. All right? Old rules going to rule the future. So, Yahweh, that's the Lord. Yahweh. Yeah. All right. La Abadim. Which is for servants. Root for this word is ibad, which means servant, bondage, or bondman. So ibadim. La I bad yum. Bad yum. Wala shapkawa. Wala shapkawa. Wala shapkawa. It's like wala shapkawa. Which means and slaves, or in this case, handmaids. So let's talk about the women. How you know from that waf? Waf makes it feminine, just like a ha at the end of certain words makes it feminine. All right. While a shop kawa, the root in that is SABBATH. All right, and it means a female slave. All right. Well, a shop kawa wa la shop kawa wa la shop kawa. So we're gonna have bondmen and female slaves. All right, or bond women, but handmaid is what it's referring to. So servant and handmaid is just a buttered up way of saying a slave man and a slave female slave. All right. Wa hayawa. And there, root on that is haya. Which means come to pass, or to be, or hayawan. And there, it's talking about in our land. Shabyam is the next word. Shabyam. Again, if you have the Periscope app, and you have something to say, it looks like it comes through better than any of the other Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. It's like Periscope comments come straight through. All right. Really hope that you can understand my writing. If you can't, it's a lot. Forgive me. Understand my words. So in the land of the Lord, we're going to take servants or bondmen and slaves or female slaves, and there Next word, once again, is Shabyam. Means a phrase that means take them captive. Captive, excuse me. Also means return. The root of this is Shabbat. Shabbat, which means take. Oh, so like even better. Means transport into captivity. You know what I'm saying? So that's the beauty of it, man. That's why when you read Revelation chapter 13, verse 10, it says this is the faith and the patience of the saints. This is why there's no reason to be violent aggressively. It's okay to defend yourself because you saw it coming. You know what I'm saying? Or it's happening and now you fighting back. We ain't gotta be a part of the no effing around coalition. That's stupid anyway, man. Y'all walking around with guns, but y'all got sisters out there with guns, man. What happened when a sister gets shot, man? You know, what y'all gonna do? Well, just because she wanted to carry a gun and she had the ability, take her to a gun range, man, and let her fire off the shots, get that energy on. Well, don't put a sister on the front line, but they going into slavery, man. It ain't no two ways about it. We gonna take them captives, which means we're gonna transport them into captivity. How do they transport us into captivity? With ships. When you read Joel chapter 3, that's what's gonna happen to them, man. We're gonna transport them into captivity. All right, so Shabyam. All right. La Shabaham. La Shabayam. So like La Shabyaham. La Shabyaham. Which means whose captives. Or it also means to them captives. Which is more or less the direct Hebrew way of what it's saying. Like we're gonna transport them, we're gonna take them into captivities to them captives, meaning the people that were captives, gonna transport them into captivity, or whose captives we were. All right, Lashab Yaham. La Shab Yaham. La Shab Yaham. All right, Rawadwa. Waradwa. Radwa. This is a phrase, and they shall rule. All right. The root is Radah. Okay. Radah means to tread down or subjugate. All right. Subjugate for those who don't know off the top of their head, subjugate means bring under domination or control by conquest. All right. I got something else I want to write because I want to write the definition of conquest. But we'll just erase this when it's time. Matter of fact, no, I'll write it about right here, okay? We'll write the definition of conquest, all right? Conquest means to the subjugation and assumption of a place or people, so like of control of a place or people by use of military force. Hope all of this comes up on the chat. All right. Back to the top. Wa, rod, wa, ra, wad, wa. All right. So I'll break it all down since it's kind of all a little bit jambalaya if you just happen to catch it right now. So just because you don't use words like subjugate or conquest regularly, I want you to get the definition of it at least so file is presented. All right. So we're gonna take the people that had us in captivity and put them into captivity, and we're gonna rule over them. All right. Lashabiaham says, "Who's captives?" Talking about we're gonna rule over the people that had us in captivity. All right, and the root word Salakia. So Rawadwa means and they shall rule. So the root in Waradwa is Radah, which means to tread down or subjugate. Subjugate means to bring under the domination or control by conquest. And conquest means the subjugation and assumption of control of a place or people by use of military force. That's why they call them the conquistadors, because that was all about it was military force. It was an exercise of military force. You know what I'm saying? And that's the whole point. The whole point is that we have to understand that we're not going to rule Earth by marching down the street telling them our lives matter. We're going to rule this earth by having the Lord on our side, them angels coming out and fighting for us, and we being a militarized force to put all of these heathens into captivity underneath our foot, man. That's the only way this is going to work. It's not going to work by everything going back to where it was before COVID-19, man. This is the beginning of the plagues, and we need them all to come through, man. And we need that. I'm telling you, them angels coming through, that's the 10th plague right there, killing all the firstborn of the animals and in Pharaoh's house. You know what I'm saying? All of the children of the heathens need to be put to death by the angels of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? And then everybody else, we put them into captivity, man. We tread them down, man, and we rule over them. That's the future. And if you don't want that, what are you doing? Why do you want to be famous? You want to be famous in somebody else's empire? Man, you should be famous in your empire. That way you could be a Kylie Jenner. You ain't got no damn skills. You just who you are out of that family. And everybody knows you and everybody wants to befriend you and all whatnot. You know what I'm saying? But it's not going to happen if we looking up to them. It's only going to happen if our men get militarized, you know what I'm saying, become rebels with a cause, and, man, we'll take over this planet, man, quick, fast, in a hurry. All right? All right, so Lord willing, you can see that. I hope I explained it well enough that even if you couldn't see, you hear and understand. Yeah, might as well. All right. Almost done with this second verse. We done already went all the way up to 9 o'clock. No sweat. We'll end it after this. Oh no, it's not. That was the end of that verse. All right. Well, let's kill it right there. Right. We got one more verse. We'll get that next time, and we'll just continue with a couple more verses after that. All right. So, Most High Christ, Water for coming through. Read you these security announcements. All right. We are the ISUPK under commanding Junior Hanna, starting out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother or sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to share themselves with the world. They need transportation. The teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment found in Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 through 10, means 10th in Hebrew, Ma'asherah. 10% of any increase the Lord gives you, give the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations is the Feast of Dedication, which is coming up December 9th through the 17th. Check ISUPK.com. ISUPK California Cookout is going to be December 10th through 13th in Vegas. Just check on the ISUPK California page if you need to make reservations for the hotel. Outside of that, you know what I'm saying, make sure you get out there, enjoy the Akim. You understand? While we're in the midst of this feast of Hanukkah. All right? Any brother that wants to become a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, pants, shirt, headband, or war scarf. Read the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. So, Wapanyawadam means face the east. Sar means turn. Lord's Prayer in Hebrew. Abanawa, Shabashamayim, Quadash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malakwaka, Baba'ah, Ratazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Barataza, Kawa, Hayah, Bashamayim, Nathan Lanawa, Lakam, Ka, Yawam, Wasalak Lanawa, Kawawath Nawa, Kasalak Nawa, Kawawath Yanawa, Wala'ah, Tabiyah Nawa, Banasaya Wan, Abba, Hawashai Nawa, Mayan, Ra, Kaya, Waka, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Wathaparath, Wahawalamim, Aman. In English, what I just said was, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. All right. To the brothers, men of Israel, Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakatham. To the sisters, Shalom Yahweh Shemar Latham, Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. I'll catch y'all next week.